Well, entrepreneurial endeavors like Queen City Cookies often need investors to get help to build and grow their business. We featured CincyTech CEO Bob Coy and many of the startups supported by CincyTech in print and here on the program in the past. Well, Local 12 news anchor Tiffany Wilson recently took an in-depth look at what CincyTech does for startups and how they do it.
Mention monsters and road trips, typically the plotline for a Hollywood horror comes to mind. But not inside this downtown office. Here at the CincyTech headquarters, Chore Monster and Road Trippers represent just a small sample of its investment portfolio.
Mostly we invest in IT and life sciences.
When Bob Coy moved to Cincinnati to lead CincyTech 8 years ago, he says local startups had a hard time raising enough cash. That's why he helped transform CincyTech into the public-private partnership of investors that it is today. The basic strategy is this: give companies that show progress access to a couple $1 million over a 2-year period while they receive the guidance of CincyTech personnel. To date, CincyTech has invested in 55 companies.
We've invested $18 million of our capital, and another $220 million has been invested by individuals and institutional venture capital funds.
With startup Assurex Health now more than 160 employees strong, CincyTech's starting to see dividends.
Most startup companies don't really start to create a lot of jobs until the 5th year, when they hit the growth stage.
Chore Monster's only 2 years old, and it employs about a dozen people.
There's a lot of people that have put a lot of effort into growing startup culture, the ecosystem as a whole, venture funding in the city, and we are a direct byproduct of that.
Startup Cloud Takeoff used CincyTech funding to create 10 new jobs.
But I tell them they're doing the Lord's work, because for an entrepreneur, they really are. I mean, they bring more than just connections and additional money beyond their investment. They bring expertise and insight.
Altogether, CincyTech-supported companies have added 451 jobs to the tri-state at an average salary of $71,000.
20 years from now, 100% of all net new jobs in our region may be created by companies that aren't even born yet or that are in the process of being born today.
If that holds true, CincyTech is key to Cincinnati's long-term economic growth.
We have a lot going on in this region. We have a lot of opportunity, a lot of good ideas. Now we just need people to come and take a look at it and help us to build this out.
Coy says CincyTech's next goal is a startup's exit, either by acquisition or IPO, freeing up investors' money to sustain the entrepreneurial cycle and support the next big thing.
If you have a good idea, contact CincyTech.
Downtown, Tiffany Wilson, Local 12 News.
Great story. Thank you, Tiffany. CincyTech is supported by more than 24 foundations, corporations, municipalities, and individuals, as well as the Cincinnati USA Regional Chamber, the University of Cincinnati, Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center, and Ohio Third Frontier.